I'm Don Singletary, and welcome to the channel. Today, two featured trade of the weeks for you. One where everything went perfectly, and the other, well, it didn't. But we're going to learn something anyway. So welcome to Affordable Day Trading. Let's get started right now. First trade today is going to be the S&P Micro Emini. It trades at $5 a point. And the date is March 23rd, 2022. If you're new to the channel, this is a freeze frame I'm showing you before each featured trade. I go through the how and why and when I chose this particular trade. So let's dive right in right now. The trade signal indicator is the MACD with the standard default settings in the bottom pane there. You see in the red circle, the green line and red line are both about to cross below that zero line, and the two lines are diverging. They're getting further apart from each other, and that means the downward momentum has increased. And it's very likely to continue here. Now, the market opened at 9:30. You can't see the opening here on this particular screen, but it traded for 3 hours from 9:30 till 12:30. That's Eastern time, of course. And it's right back where it started all day. So there's no major trend for the day, but this is the first time since the market opened that we've had a chance to catch those MACD lines going below that zero line. And I'll show you what happens in the live trade right now. So that's the setup. Now we're going to go to the live screen on today's featured trade. Over on the left, you see I'm going to enter a bracket order. A bracket order has 3 points now: the starting or entry point, whether you're going long or short, the stop loss, that the amount of dollar risk you want to put on the trade, and it has a calculator that figures that for you before you send a trade, and close at a profit, or the target price, which is pretty arbitrary actually. The market doesn't care what you think it's going to do, right? Now let's zoom in on the upper panel of our trading platform here with Tastyworks. What you see me doing now is something I rarely, if ever, do. I just wanted to draw a horizontal line. I told you a moment ago the market's the same price now at 12:30 that it was at 9:30 when it opened. Well, I just drew myself a horizontal line there, 9:30 to 12:40, where I'm going to initiate the trade here. Okay, trade's underway. And short one contract at 44.76 with that bracket order I told you about. Immediately, I go up and bring my stop down. It was 6 points up, or $30 stop loss there. And I don't need it because the trade is already in the money, about $10 here. And so the first thing I do, rule number one, protect your capital, right? I take my Tastyworks mouse and I move it up and down there. I don't quite know where to put it because I'm trading at 44.73. I'm already up $15 in the trade. If I get it too close, I get stopped out really quickly. If I move it too far back, the trade could reverse on me and take the profits I have so far away from me. So I decide to go with 44.75 as the stop. And that's only 1 point below. I've locked in $5, which means that's the worst thing can happen to me during this trade is I'm going to make $5. So it's a free trade. Nothing's free, but that's what I call it anyway. You know, there's a reason I try to make this trading look so simple, because when I started the channel over 2 years ago, I was tasked with finding a simple way to show beginning traders how, if you haven't traded futures before, how all this works. And if you notice, we've been on one page the entire time, and that's why I selected Tastyworks. It's a feature they call See It, Click It, Trade It. Okay, I'm moving down now, up $20 in the trade. I take my Tastyworks mouse and I hit that left mouse button and click and drag that thing down and move my stop down here, and I'm going to go down to 44.72 3/4. If you want to know more about the Tastyworks software, look for the broker link in the text below the video. 44.71, I'm up $25 in the trade right now. I just noticed my target's at 44.70, and it looks like it's about to be hit. It came within, a half a point or so. So I decided I'm going to move it down and give the trade some more room. In case it would like to go down, I could make even more money, right? So I moved the target down to 44.65.5, and I kind of tweak my stop order a little bit. 44.72.50 is where I put it now. And I could get stopped out here, but the trade's been less than 2 minutes Actually, if you complete that, there you go. I'm stopped out. 44.72.5. Well, it was a pretty fun trade. It lasted less than 2 minutes. Now, the video went on for twice that long because I had to do all the talking, but less than 2 minutes, $17.50. And that's not a lot of money. It's not life-changing money for sure. But remember, the purpose of this channel is to help you learn how to day trade the Micro E-minis. And the neat thing about them, they're 1/10 size, which means you can afford to trade. Translate, that means you can afford to lose a few trades. If you're trading at $50 a point and you're down $300 or $400, your mind explodes and you blow your account up. Sorry, but it happens. Even in these small trades, it's a beginner, and if I'm honest, not just beginners make this mistake. I've seen traders with years of experience make this mistake, and the reason they make the mistake is they're not aware fully. They're not completely mindful about what's happening. Here's the scenario. Suppose you're making $30 or $40 a trade, and you get behind 3 or 4 trades and you're down $90. Well, what your brain does is find a way to justify on your next trade taking more risk because you feel like you have to make up your losses. So almost on an unconscious level, your brain goes to work in overtime and you start taking a trade with more risk. And what it does, of course, and we all have this experience, is it compounds the problem. You make bad decisions and add to those losses that made you make the bad decision. You can see how that's a pejorative downward spiral that you definitely want to stay out of. Police yourself when you trade. Trade selection is everything in this day trading. And it's one of the things, too, that makes it so much fun. Now, that's a mistake you can easily do something about, and everybody who trades does it at some time, and most people do it many, many, many times over and over until they finally blow up their account. They just never are mindful enough about what's going on. I've got some good news for you. We just made $17.50 in about 2 minutes. Now, you don't have a parade because of that much money, for sure. But consider this. We're trading with the 1/10 size, smaller Micro E-minis, the affordable way to trading. At that $17.50, we traded at $5 a point. On the regular E-mini, instead of the Micro, we would have made $175 in about 2 minutes. Now, the danger of this type of trading is that it looks so easy, and I'm telling you it's not. The failure rate's very high. Used to be people couldn't trade at $5 a point, not until May of 2019 when the Micro E-minis came along. Before that, it was $20 and $50 a point, and the failure rate was way north of 90%. I don't know what it is now, if I'm honest, but the Micro E-minis, over 1 billion of them are traded, and people love them. Be sure you subscribe to the channel. I've got 120 free videos here on the channel. There's a link below about a free beginners playlist, about the Tastyworks broker. And one thing I want to plug right now is my book. It's not a thick book. This day trading, the micro futures, is a great skill to learn because you can be virtually anywhere you have internet. And you've got a chance to play around and make some money. You know, $17.50 is not life-changing money, but think about if you take weeks or months, however long it takes, and you're really cautious and you don't blow up your account, what you get in return for all your hard work and the experience that you gather is you have a way to sit in your pajamas and click a mouse without flying to Vegas, and you can make some significant money. Now, I'm not trying to diminish the risk of this type trading. It's only for your recreational money, that money you put in your right front pocket when you go to, or your purse, ladies, when you fly to Vegas to have a good time. So this is not for your IRAs and college funds and things like that. But if you want to have a lot of fun, take it easy, take it slow, don't blow up your account, and subscribe to the channel. And about my book, I have a special chapter in there. I'm very big on trade psychology. Let me tell you why. Because if you're trading just off of technical indicator signals, you're ignoring the biggest part of your trading that happens between your ears, the psychology of trading. I just explained one way that people blow up their accounts because they're not mindful of trading psychology. And I have a special chapter in that on my book. And my book will only set you back the price of a large pizza with a couple of toppings. And my hope is that you would make a great return on that small amount of money many, many, many times over. So look for the book link in the text below, and I thank you. At the beginning of this video, I promised you 2 trades today. This one's going to be the NASDAQ100. The MNQ is the symbol. Trades for only $2 a point. Now, you know my favorite is the S&P500. And it trades at $5 a point. So you would think trading at $2 a point would be less risky. No, that's not how it works. Because the NASDAQ100, with all those hot tech stocks in there, is a lot more volatile than the S&P500. At least these days. It's not that way forever, you know. And, well, you can try to see what happens in the trade here. But for those of you in the future out there, on today's big picture is this. We've got a Ukraine war. The Fed's raised interest rates once. 5 more incremental jumps in interest rates expected for the remainder of calendar 2022. And we've got the highest inflation rate in over 40 years in the country. And if you believe all the newscasters on the financial channels, we're probably on the verge of a worldwide recession. So welcome to my world, March 28th, 2022. Now, we can expect a lot of volatility in today's trading. When the market opens at 9:30, you can see the market goes straight up for about the first half hour till 10 o'clock, then goes down from 10 till about 10:40. Now, I'm looking down in the red circle here at the MACD lines. The green line is below the red line, but both the lines are still substantially above the zero line, which suggests there's still positive momentum in the market. Nonetheless, since there's no strong trend for the day, we had it go up, we had it go down. It's been open an hour and 10 minutes, and so what are you going to do? Well, I flipped the coin and decided to sell a contract of the NASDAQ100, watch and see what happens. One thing to remember about this, and I'm very conscious of this when I place the trade, that there have been some candlesticks, I'll mark them up there for you. They varied in 5 minutes from $40 to $70, a lot of them, so it's a lot of volatility today. I'm short one contract at 14,814. And my stop is $32 up at 14,830. That's 16 points, $2 a point, $32 up. And with this volatility, I don't like having that stop up that high. I'm still even money here, but just a few seconds into the trade, about 30 seconds, not very much, and I'm still even money. But I have to say, the volatility makes me nervous, so I'm going to get my Tastyworks mouse and move that stop down. I don't want to risk $32 on this trade, because the market's trading basically the same place it was 20 minutes ago. Count those candlesticks there, 1, 2, 3, 4. I moved my stop down to 14,826 and a quarter, and that would be 612 and a quarter points. So that's $24.50 stop. It was up at $30, you recall. 14,814.50, 819. It's just going up and down and yet going nowhere. Not a good sign. One of the things I keep my eyes on over there, over in the right margin there, is that trading price, 14,811 now. It went from 14,1817 to 11 and a half a second. So that's that's $14 swing in a half a second. So that's pretty volatile. 14,816 right now. 817. I'm still not making any progress with this trade. I'm getting a little impatient with it. I have to get a handle on that. But I decided, at least for a moment, to give it a little more room to breathe and see what's going to happen here, because I'm not really behind, but I'm not ahead on the trade either. So, but I'm running out of patience with it. It should show me something, so I'm going to corral it. I'm going to get my target price and bring it up a lot closer. It's still not even very close at all. But, and then I'm going to go up here. And I'm going to get my Tastyworks mouse out again. And I'm going to bring that stop down. I'm trading 14,817, about $6 in the hole right now. 18.14, even money again. See, it's just going nowhere. So I pull my stop down to 14.822, and I get stopped out immediately. And good riddance. This trade is just not doing anything for me, and at least I had the good sense to limit my losses to something that I could digest easily. Well, there you go. So I lost over $5.33 a minute. I'm going to find every way in the world I can to beat myself up when I have a losing trade. I get the genius of hindsight. Everything looks crystal clear to me once I have all the facts. But the problem is, and I say it all the time here on the channel, is that this type of trading is all about making decisions, making bets before you have all the information. You just don't have it ahead of time. But genius of hindsight, man, that hurts. I should have never gotten into this trade. I showed you on the candlesticks there where in the previous hour there had been 4 or 5 candlesticks. It varied 50 to 70. I think one of them was up at $80 in price variation at 5 minutes. And here I go trying to eke a few bucks out of a trade with that kind of volatility. That's the genius of hindsight. It makes us all so smart, doesn't it? But don't beat yourself up. I'll just have to find somebody else to buy drinks at the tiki bar tonight. That's all. Listen, it was great fun today, except that last trade. And I hope you'll subscribe to the channel and be sure and look in the text below the video here. There's a free trade simulator there, information on Tastyworks, a link so you can look at the table of contents of my book. Please consider that. And a couple of other goodies down there, as well as some recent playlist of trades you can look at and try to learn from what I do right and what I do wrong sometimes too. Sure been fun. I'm Don Singletary. I hope every day is a payday for you.